I think for the coming GMMs, I need to invite MVP again to get this kind of crowd in the room. Our objective is to really have a full crowd every time we have a GMM. Our guest speaker and inducting officer, Mr. Manuel V. Pangilinan, our distinguished guests from the government, the diplomatic community, the academe, and the media, leaders of the various Philippine business groups and foreign chambers, MEP Management Person of the Year awardees, MEP past presidents, outgoing MEP President Rene Almendras, MEP board members, fellow MEP members, dear friends, and my family who's here in front with me. Good afternoon to all of you. To MVP, my boss and my mentor for 24 years, a heartfelt thank you for taking the time and for being here. Your brand of management and leadership has been visionary, inspiring, and insightful. Your unwavering commitment to uplift the plight of our countrymen has left a positive and hopeful imprint in our everyday lives. My years in the MVP group have provided me with the sound management building blocks, which I hope will be helpful in pushing forth and realizing the MEP's advocacies. I would also like to thank Secretary Rene Almendras. Very hard to follow your big shoes, Secretary, and his Board of Governors of 2024 for successfully leading the MEP last year. Let us thank Rene for fervently pushing for relevant leadership and member engagement during his term. Let us give Rene and the outgoing board a warm round of applause, please. I am deeply honored and grateful to serve as the 77th President of the Management Association of the Philippines. It is humbling to be included in the distinguished roster of past presidents and leaders who have built MEP to what it is today. I am undoubtedly overwhelmed by the breadth and depth of wisdom present here today. The wellspring of expertise and mastery within the MEP serves as an inspiration, my push to give this position my 200%. As in the past, MEP's activities this year will be guided by a theme. For 2025, we will once again build on MEP's legacy, its strengths, while forging forward to a relevant and progressive future. For MEP's 75th year, yes, this year is our 75th year, our diamond anniversary, we have chosen a theme aligned with MEP's mission of promoting management excellence for nation building. Our day, your board started work today at 8 a.m. We had a strategic planning before this event. We started at 8, and your 2025 MEP Board of Governors has chosen the theme, Management Excellence for a Progressive Philippines. To continue and sustain the noteworthy projects that were initiated or implemented by last year's board, MEP will continue to pursue the following 4 thrusts. And by the way, this year, I think what changed in the board is it will also be a bottom-up process where we will work with the committees, with all their initiatives, and that will be presented to the board. So one of the 4 thrusts, the first one, member engagement. Second, country competitiveness. Third, ESG and shared prosperity. And fourth, investing in the youth. Last year, there were 5 thrusts. This year, we will merge to 4. Last year's cluster on innovation, technology, and digitalization has been merged into the cluster of country competitiveness. Not so much because there is less to do, but because our hope is that in focusing, we sharpen impact. On member engagement, we'll continue to ensure the relevance of the topics and issues covered in the MEP General Membership meetings or GMMs in order to engage the membership in a more meaningful way. We will cover relevant topics and developments so as to benefit the members, their companies, and the economy. We will hold, we just added this, 3 GMMs outside Metro Manila this year, so we can engage our members in Visayas and Mindanao. Through technology and its proactive application, we'll continue enabling virtual participation of members outside Metro Manila in our various activities. This will enable MAP to help expand business and economic development benefits to the rest of the country. On country competitiveness, we will continue to push for vital policy reforms through executive or legislative action that will eliminate corruption, improve the ease of doing business, ensure food security through agricultural productivity, and sustain an enabling business environment for local and foreign investors. The aspiration is to attract greater and more diverse job-creating investments for more Filipinos to be gainfully employed. On ESG and shared prosperity, we will continue advancing environmental, social, and governance principles and fostering shared prosperity as a key strategic thrust for the year. By integrating sustainable practices, promoting ethical leadership, and driving inclusive growth, we aim to create long-term value for MEP members and all other stakeholders. We will continue pushing for the discourse and activities to champion responsible business, uplift communities, and contribute to a resilient and equitable future for the Philippines. Investing in the youth, we will continue the campaign against malnutrition and child stunting, or CAMAX. And we will continue advocating for government and the private sector to pursue relevant education, health, and wellness programs, particularly for the youth. The objective is for the youth to become productive members of society with competitive skills and capacity that will ensure a progressive economy of the future. We did a survey late last year, and we will certainly address the top 7 concerns of MEP members, and they are as follows. Number 1 in the list, corruption. Number 2, education. Number 3, economy. Number 4, ease of doing business. Number 5, climate change. Number 6, cybersecurity. And lastly, dealing with LGUs. Yeah, that came out in the survey, sorry. Please note that all your top 7 concerns will directly be addressed by the 4 thrusts that I've explained earlier. To address corruption and ease of doing business, the MEP will, which, Rene did a good job last year. He said he would spend every other week with ARTA. No? So we will continue to participate actively in the programs of the Anti-Red Tape Authority, or ARTA. In general, we will build on MEP's ongoing activities that benefit our members and other stakeholders. While focusing on the 4 main thrusts, we will continue to pursue other advocacies and programs to adapt to developments in the domestic and global landscape. Your 2025 board will work with the 25 MEP committees, which shall be grouped according to 4 main trusts for 2025. The member engagement group will be headed by yours truly, Noel Bonoan, and my VP, Mike Toledo. Yeah, member engagement, magaling si Mike dyan. The country competitiveness group will be headed by Rene Almendras and Hil Henyo. The ESG and shared prosperity group will be led by Rex Drilon II. The group of investing in the youth will be handled by Paulo Borromeo and Maan Hontiveros. Also, the board has approved the following rationalization of the 2025 committees. The Ethics Committee will be a regular committee in 2025, with the MEP past president and last year's MAP Management Person of the Year, Babe Singson, as chair. Thank you for accepting, Sec Babes. The Next Gen Committee will be transferred from the Innovation, Technology, and Digitalization Cluster to the Member Engagement Cluster. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, or DEI Committee, will be moved from the ESG and Shared Prosperity Cluster to the Country Competitiveness Cluster. The ICT Committee will be transferred from the Innovation, Technology, and Digitalization Cluster to the Country Competitiveness Cluster. The Tech Startup Committee will be merged with the ICT Committee. And there will be two more board committees. The Board Committee on Audit and Risk will have Noel Bonoan as chair. And I think we added Paulo and Mike Toledo. Paulo Bormario and Mike Toledo. And like sustainability, the Board Committee on Governance will solely be handled by Rex Drilon. Thank you, Rex. As I mentioned earlier, MAP is turning 75 this year. And we've lined up the following activities so far, among others, to commemorate this very important landmark in the history of our association. We will have an anniversary dinner cum concert with the Manila Symphony Junior Orchestra in July of 2025. We have Maan, who will take charge of that important project. Thank you, Maan. We will also develop an updated MAP video that can be used in succeeding years, regardless of who the next MAP president will be. So it will be a timeless video for the association. We hope to launch the new video during that dinner that I just mentioned. We are in the process of finalizing the events for next year. We will certainly have other activities in celebration of this milestone, and definitely we will announce all this in due time as we are able to develop these programs. Before I close, I'd like to assure everyone that on our Diamond Year, we will not just commemorate the past, but we will fortify and lay the seeds in shaping the next 75 years and beyond. We in the board, hand in hand with each one of you, our MAP members, particularly all the committee chairs and vice chairs, know that with your active participation and support, 2025 will see the realization of these goals into real change and meaningful impact. Thank you for your trust, your passion, and your commitment. Let's make 2025 a year of progress, not just for MAP, but also for the Philippines. Mabuhay ang MAP. Salamat po.